I'll pretend that's what it is if you want me to.
I thought you loved storms.
I love the idea of storms. In some places, it seems like there's storms that are just storms, but here it invariably means something awful is going to happen, or is happening, or going to happen, or... Well, you think I'm crazy, don't you?
You? Husbands can't be forced to testify against their wives.
What do you say we go upstairs and pull the covers over our heads and don't come out until it's over?
There's an idea. I know just how to pass the time.
So do I. Talking about Mr. X, a.k.a. Derek Griffin. He's a very big mystery we're very interested in.
I've heard enough about Mr. X to last me a lifetime. I wouldn't say that your strategy to get him to confess to a lifetime of misdeeds over steamed clams was a smashing success, would you?
You were interested in the photograph of those four kids, the cigar box.
But I pride myself in having more imagination under the covers than to concentrate on somebody who wasn't even there.
Here's a detective.
Mommy!
I'll get him.
Yeah.
A long time ago, people thought that thunder was the sound of giants bowling in the sky. And I guess they must have made a lot of strikes tonight, huh?
It sure did. Look what I got. I got this book because it has a lot of nice stories in it that you like.
The Sword and the Stone. That's a great story. Thank you, Mommy.
You're welcome, Daddy.
You know, this story is an adventure all about knights and kings and stuff. And the hero of this book is a little boy, not much older than you. His name was Arthur. Okay, well, let's start the back here of this one. You see, the thing about this little boy was that he lived in a land called Britain many, many years ago. And it wasn't a very nice place to live because all the princes were always at war with each other. They were fighting all the time because they couldn't decide who was supposed to be the king.
Yeah.
And then finally what happened was that this magical sword... You know what a sword is?
No.
A sword is a big, long knife. This magical sword appeared in this big rock. Did Merlin put the sword in the rock?
I don't know. Do you know?
No, we don't know who did it. But anyway, it just appeared there. And the legend was that whoever could pull the sword out of the rock would become the king and unite the country. So, of course, all the princes, all the strong people...
like a giant.
Well, that's right, but pay attention to the story. See, all the princes and the paupers tried to pull the sword out of the stone, but it just wouldn't budge. And so finally, Arthur, the little boy... He decided he would try, and all the townspeople just laughed at him. They thought he was so silly, because if all the strongest knights in the land couldn't free Excalibur from the name of the sword was Excalibur, by the way. Couldn't free Excalibur from the stone, then how could a little boy do it? Do you know what happened?
What?
Arthur, the little boy, he marched right up to that sword, and he spit on his hand so he could get a better grip, and he grabbed the stone, he grabbed the sword, and he pulled it out of the stone just like that. It was amazing. That meant
he couldn't hold it?
He could hold it. He was strong and everything all of a sudden. And it meant that he was supposed to be the king of England. And of course he had to prove himself first. So he hooked up with this magician. You know what a magician is? That's like what Grandpa is, that can do tricks. But this magician...
Well, I can't even hold a sword, big sword.
But you could if you were Arthur. See, Arthur was a little bit older.
Friends forever. Friends for life, brothers united, in pleasure, in strife.
Close your eyes against me. Close your eyes right here. Just lean against me. The thing that...
I don't want to.
Okay, just close your eyes.
No.
The story's almost over. See, that's how Arthur became the king of England. After he defeated an army of princes that were trying to seize his throne, he married this beautiful princess named Guinevere. And he lived in a wonderful castle called Camelot. And eventually, Arthur was able to unite all the knights of the land. And they gathered together at a huge round table. And they swore an oath to forever serve peace and brotherhood. It's a beautiful story. I'm going to tell you the rest of it in your bed.
Next time?
Next time, and a little more tonight in your bed.
do you make of this?
Oh, this little poem that was in the box? I'm really not going to rush out and buy the collected works.
Don't you wonder who wrote it?
I know who wrote it. Some poetic little boy from the orphanage who's since grown up and had his creativity stifled like the rest of us.
I think it was Derek.
Why do you think it was Derek?
Sounds like him, don't you think?
I wouldn't have a clue. But that does belong to Buck now, so I hope you're not going to, take it out of this box. You know, it's supposed to show up with the box to Buck.
Yeah,
give him
but don't
the
you
box.
think it's a little strange? I mean, the way Derek reacted when I said I would take this box to Buck?
I've been through the contents, and there's nothing the least bit suspicious about them.
Maybe not suspicious, but mysterious.
In your mind, maybe.
And yours? Or have you just been humoring me?
Eden, why are you so intent on jumping into this man's childhood?
Because he has given me every good reason. The way he's insinuated himself in my family. The way he prowls around the orphanage basement. And my story, yeah. My story. What about it? Was it me? Was it because I was uncovering something about him? Or this box? Or that picture? Or the poem?
You know, something really strange tends to happen to you after midnight. I've noticed that. You could be calling at 2 o'clock in the morning.
That can't be good news.
Hello?
Inspector Castillo, it's Charlie Barnes, CHP. I'm sorry to be bothering you so late, but there's been a traffic accident. I thought you'd want to know. It's your sister-in-law, Kelly Capwell.
What the hell do they make these things out of now? Cardboard or what?
Kelly, are you sure you're all right?
No, I'm upside down. Get me out of here. Just get me out of this thing.
Just relax and wait till help comes. Cruz should be here any minute.
Cruz? You call Cruz? Oh, why don't you just put a gun to my head now?
Kelly, you've been drinking and don't try and deny it. Kelly, you could have been in deep trouble. What if some other cop came along? I called Cruz because I knew he'd know what to do.
Yeah, he'll know what to do. Do you know what he will do if he finds out I have been drinking, Charlie? You don't know him. You've got to get me out of here before he comes, please. Kelly?
All right, I'll try.
Kelly?
I'll try.
Oh, my God. Are you okay? Well, aside from being embarrassed, I don't know, I guess.
What happened, Kel?
God. Ask the telephone pole over there that got in my way. I was driving home, and I was slippery, and...
She's one lucky lady. She doesn't seem to be hurt at all. And it's a damn good thing she was wearing her seatbelt.
Did you call for the paramedics?
Yeah, I tried, but it's going to be a long delay, unless it's a critical call. There was, most of the units are out working the interstate. There was a pileup on the exit near the Channel Island. I really don't think we're going to need them. Kelly doesn't seem to have any serious injuries.
Okay, if you just sit tight, we'll get you out in a second. I got a wrecking bar in my trunk. Right there.
It's okay, I got her.
You got a space blanket? You got first aid kit?
Yeah, on my bike.
Yeah,
Easy, girl.
yeah, I'm okay, Oh, God, well, that car is, sure is totaled.
Can't believe you got out of this in one piece.
A charmed life.
Wait here. What can I do?
Well, we're going to need help detouring traffic up ahead. I marked off a forced turn with a couple of flares, but a warm body would be better.
Where do you want me?
Come on.
Eden, put this around her. I'm going to try to get a paramedic in.
There you are.
I thought you'd forgotten about me.
The victim seems to be okay. She's refusing any attention.
Well, then I can go.
You might as well go then.
Great.
Do you got any more flares on your bike?
Sure. You need some?
Yeah, we got to mark off that turn at least a couple hundred yards earlier. A nurse, good. Stick around, will you? Might need you to take a look at the driver.
Oh, the officer. I don't know. I just was driving home and the roads were slippery, like I said.
Well, what were you doing driving in the middle of the night with nobody with you? I mean, what was going on?
I was with these guys and they got kind of crazy, so I decided to take myself home. I don't need to stay away from the paramedics. I don't. I feel fine. Why don't you take me somewhere? Why don't you take me to your house?
Why do you want to go home? Why do you want to get out of here so soon? Listen, you want to tell me what's going on? Kelly, you're drunk, aren't you?
Listen, I'm not drunk.
How much did you have?
I had a little champagne.
A little?
What do you care?
Oh, wait,
huh?
what do I care? Okay, fine. I am not going to stand here, and I am not going to deal with this with you.
What does that mean? I can't spend the night?
Life is one big slumber party.
I thought you stopped proving how outrageous you could be. Oh, damn it. Oh, nobody can touch your track record.
Okay, where did you go when you left my house?
I went to the country club, and then I went to the lair.
Have a little bit more champagne?
No.
Good.
Cognac with some of these lawyers. And then we went to the Orient Express.
Where you proceeded to get more sloshed.
Eden, these guys were idiots, and all I could do was drink not to be rude to them, which I'm sure I was rude to them.
Good excuse. I'm sure you're just ripped to the gills now, aren't you?
Nobody got hurt.
You know, this really isn't worth talking about, especially when I'm like this.
Eden, what do you want me to say, huh? Family get-togethers are hell for me. They're hell for me. All that love and affection, I feel like I am being looked at under some kind of a microscope, and all I want to do is go out there and break some glass. So I went out tonight and I broke some glass. You know, there's a hell of a lot to say for feeling numb.
I'm sorry.
Don't say that! Don't apologize!
I feel partly responsible for what you do.
Oh, Eden, come on, please. Let me make my own mistakes. Let me do it. I did it. I screwed this thing up. I'm the one that crashed the car. I'm the one that got drunk. I'm the one that almost killed myself.
Killed him.
What?
You want to explain this? Did you down this whole thing by yourself?
No, I shared it with some fish. They drank most of it.
So what, you just got off on the fumes?
I drank some champagne, but when I got behind the wheel of this car, I was fine.
Fine, in the sense that you were feeling no pain.
Champagne didn't have anything to do with this accident.
No? You make it a habit of not bothering to try to stop when you're about to run off the side of the road?
Cruz, what do you mean?
You see any skid marks out there on the pavement, Eden?
Oh, look, there's an explanation for this.
Giving Kelly the benefit of the doubt, in other words, assuming she was only going the speed limit, if she'd tried to stop, there would be rubber all over the pavement, and you notice there's not a mark on it. You didn't even touch the brakes. You just ran it right off the side of the road, which means what? You were either asleep or drunk, or both.
Or I was just a little out of control on a really wet street.
I'll say you were out of control. You could have killed yourself. Or better yet, you could have killed somebody else. Now, I have to do what I can to make sure you don't get to try that again.
What are you saying?
Look, we're almost done here.
Were you aware that this bottle was in the backseat of her car?
Look, Cruz, the road was slick with rain. I mean, even under perfect conditions.
Charlie, can I borrow your breathalyzer, please?
Look, Cruz, why don't you...
man. It's not worth the suspension.
Cruz,
What?
this is the only time this has ever happened to her.
Eden, I don't need to tell you, I don't think, how many people only get one shot at this particular trick.
Hey, for what it's worth, I know it's probably not worth anything, but it won't happen again.
Yeah, I'm going to take your word for that, I suppose.
Can I please talk to you for a moment alone?
Eden, what if somebody had been riding with her? What if there'd been somebody standing on the curb here? What if she'd totaled another car instead of a telephone pole? You want to take her home? You want to slap her on the wrist, not give her dinner? Fine, but you're going to wait till I'm done here. I'm sorry. That's the way it is. Stand over there by that rock. The rock, please. All right, there's an imaginary straight line between you and me. I want you to walk it.
I have heels on.
Yeah, I understand that. You better put your hands out like this. Put your head back and close your eyes. I want you to touch the tip of your right index finger to your nose.
Well, I mean, I can't do that when I'm sober.
Meaning what? You're drunk? Recite the alphabet, please.
What?
The alphabet. Your ABCs starts with an A.
A, B, C, D, E, F. Well, G, H, I, J, K, L, okay. A, B, C,
oh my God.
D.
That's okay, Kel.
E.
Save your breath. Unfortunately, You're gonna need it.